Namaste, welcome, I'm Kathy. Our theme for this practice is around the yogic teaching of Bramacarya, which means not wasting our energy. And for the ancient yogi, this meant celibacy. But for the modern yogi on a householder's path, this means harnessing and consciously directing our energy towards what's in service of our highest good and not letting our precious energy leak out through distractions, addictions, lifestyle habits that don't serve us, even relationships that drain us. To begin, we'll set our intention to practice Brahmacharya. Bring the hands to the heart, close the eyes. Start by taking a deep breath in, lifting the sternum. Open the mouth and sigh it out. Dip the chin. Breathe into the heart. Breathe out from the heart. So we want to remember in this practice our connection to that precious energy and the commitment that we've made to our practice. And so as we move through this practice, we are conscious of not wasting energy at all. And releasing the backs of your hands to your thighs, palms facing up. Lift your chin so it's parallel to the floor and softly open your eyes. Coming now into a tabletop position on your mat. Hands and knees, spread the fingers wide. Cat-cows, tuck the toes, sink the chest and the belly down towards the floor. Look forward and inhale. Exhale, flatten the feet, lift the belly and the chest, draw the crown of your head down. Inhale, tuck the toes, arch the spine, come into cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine up in cat pose, chin into chest. A couple more times like this. Inhale forward to cow, really lengthening through the midline. Exhale, rounding up, cat pose. One more time, inhale, fill the body with breath. And exhale, empty all the breath out of the body. And then come back into tabletop. Retuck the toes now, walk the hands back towards the knees. If this already feels like quite a big stretch through the toes and the arches of the feet, then please stay here. If you feel that you could tolerate a little more, bring the hands onto the thighs or bring the arms all the way back behind you, interlace the fingers, lift the heart, steady the breath. Just 2 more breaths wherever you are. And release the hands, bring the hands back to the floor, gently pat out the feet. Retuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, come into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal the feet. Just warming up the backs of the legs. Now let's take this into a side body stretch. Rise up onto the balls of your feet. Take a deep breath in. Now as you breathe out, twist the heels to the right and look under your left armpit. Stretching into the left side body. And then come back to center, rise up onto the balls of the feet. And as you breathe out, spin the heels to the left, hips to the left, gaze under your right armpit this time. Really opening up the side body here. As we open and lengthen the side body, we get greater access to the midline. Come back to center, lift the heels, inhale deeply. Lift the sit bones high, and as you exhale, stretch the legs back, send the heels down. Keep lifting the tailbone
up, pressing the inner thighs back and drawing the heels down. Really lengthening through the spine here, accessing that central channel, Sushumna Nadi, that energetic superhighway that runs up the midline along the spine. And in this practice, really working to send energy upwards. Now, on your next in-breath, lift the right leg high to the sky, do a three-legged dog. Bend the right knee, open the hip, draw your right foot towards your left buttock, stacking the right hip over the left. Press the right hand down, right ribs down. One more breath. And then exhale, come back to three-legged dog. Bring the right knee forwards, hanging plank. Hover here. Now press the right knee down to the right wrist, cross the right shin over the midline, and that diagonal, and then drop the left knee down. Tuck the toes, walk the left foot back, walk the hands back, lift the heart space. Breathe in, really opening across the midline, and then exhale, fold forward any amount. So maybe the hands come down, maybe the forearms, or all the way down, forehead to hands, any amount. And remembering here that the purpose of our asana practice, the physical postures, really initially was intended to prepare the body for seated meditation. We don't need to open up the hips so much that our foot goes behind our head ever in this practice. Send the breath into that right hip. And now slowly walking the hands back up. Making your way back into downward facing dog, lift the hips high. Steady breath in. Slow breath out. On your next in-breath, lift your left leg high to the sky. Bend that left knee, stack the hip. See if you can spot your left foot under your right armpit this time. Left hip stacks over the right. Press the left hand down. One more breath. And then exhale, come back to three-legged dog. Send the left knee forward, hanging plank. Chest moves forward, shoulders move forward. And then drop the left knee to the left wrist. Cross the shin bone across the diagonal. Tuck the toes at the back. And then drop the knee down. Send that back foot back. Walk the hands back towards the hips. Inhale, open across the chest. And then exhale, walk the hands forward. Find a depth that feels appropriate for your body. Just working to open up that left hip now. Sending the breath to the left hip. Inviting softness there. And slowly now making your way back up. Walk the hands back, tuck the toes at the back, and make your way back into downward facing dog. Looking forwards to your hands now, start to walk your feet to the top of your mat and come into a ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows and sway from left to right. Knees are bent any amount. Keep freedom in your neck by drawing the shoulder blades up and away from your ears. Think of an opening here at the crown of your head, just allowing any of the busyness to pour out. And release the fingertips to the floor, really ground down through the feet. Fire up the thighs, kneecaps lift. And then slowly start to round the lower back, round the mid back. Making your way all the way up to standing. Roll the shoulders down and back.
lift the crown of your head and bring your hands to your heart. Close the eyes and activate now Ujjayi breath. Bring a light constriction to the back of your throat as you exhale. And as we move through our sun salutations, really taking care to manage your energy without overdoing or underdoing. Stay connected to a deep breath. Release the hands down, soft knees. Inhale, now reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward, touch the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, extend the spine. Exhale, step the right foot back, come into a runner's lunge. Breathe in, look forward, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into plank. Hold it here for the first one. Really firm your thighs. Press your heels back, lifting the backs of your knees up. Press the crown of your head forward as you press your tailbone back. Finding length and space through that central channel, Sushumna Nadi. Take one more breath here. As you exhale, send the chest right forward as you lower halfway. Option to drop the knees down first. Inhale, come into cobra, lift the heart. Firm the thighs. And then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale in down dog. Exhale. Now drop the knees to the floor, step the right foot forward between the hands. Extend the back knee as you inhale, look forward. Exhale, step forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, rise all the way up, palms touch, look up. And exhale, bring the hands down to the heart. Release the hands, soften the knees, inhale, rise. Exhale, bow forward, touch the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot steps back, come into runner's lunge. Inhale, look forward as you lengthen. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, come into plank. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or feet. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog, firm your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Drop the knees to the floor, left foot forward. Straighten the back knee as you inhale, extend the back leg. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, lengthen and rise, all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Release the hands down now. Bring the hands onto the hips, step your feet hip distance apart. Soften your knees. Inhale, lift the sternum. And now exhale, fold forward, keep a flat back. Grabbing onto either your shin bones, your big toes with your 2-piece fingers, or your ankles, whatever is accessible. As you inhale, find length in the spine. And as you exhale, fold forward any amount. Keep the knees bent, belly on the thighs. Freedom in your neck, draw the shoulders up and away from your ears. Breathe into the low back, into the side and back ribs. And see if you can move the weight forward just a little into the balls of the feet so that the tailbone can lift a little higher and the crown of the head can lift a little lower. Last breath here. And then release the toes, the ankles, or whatever you have as you inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, step back into downward facing dog.
Take a breath in and a breath out. On your next inhale, lift the leg high to the sky. Do a three-legged dog. And as you exhale, bring your knee to your nose. Hover, hanging plank. Look forward, TP the right hand. Step or carry that right foot to the front. Frame your front foot. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Press the left hand down. Easy twist. Hold it here. Really open that right side body. And then right hand comes down now. Spin your left heel down, heel to heel alignment. Press the feet down, sweep the arms up, warrior two. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, descend the hips a little more, really working to open up the hips and allow us to access that seat of meditation, which is really the juice of the practice that we're going after. Two more breaths here. Last breath. Now straighten that right leg, firm your thighs, lift your kneecaps. Reach forward through the right hand, dip the left hip back. When you can't reach any further, bring the right hand down to the shin, block or floor, left hand to the sky. Gaze up towards the left thumb. Trikonasana or triangle pose. The architecture of the pose here is stable. And from that stability, we can really find freedom in the shape. And if we're overdoing or underdoing in one part of the body, we just don't get that freedom. Really strong legs. And one more in-breath. And then exhale, look down at your right foot. Bring the left hand down so you're framing the right foot, bump the left foot forward. Hands come to the shins, halfway lift as you inhale. Corkscrew the right thigh bone back, left hip bone forward. Take a steady breath in. Lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold forward. Pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Nose draws towards the shin bone. Steady your breath. Good, now hands back to the shins, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Think of energy drawing up the spine from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. And on the exhale, think of that energy drawing back down, crown of head to tailbone. Now place the left hand on the shin, block or floor on the outside of the right foot. Right hand comes to the sacrum. Inhale, fire up that long line of energy, tailbone to crown of head. And then exhale, twist to the right. Good, stay really long through the spine, hug the right hip in, inner thighs squeeze in, and then maybe stretch the right arm up, stack the right shoulder on top of the left. One more breath here. Good, now look down at the right foot. Right hand comes down outside of the right foot, left hand comes to the left hip. Bend the right knee, stretch the right hand forward and lift that left leg up, half moon pose, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hip is stacked over the right and then the bones are just floating upwards, toes point up. Stack the left shoulder over the right and then maybe stretch your left arm up. And you're really working through the entire body here, distributing not only your attention through the entire body, but also your effort. Really harnessing your energy, making the pose super efficient. Good, now bend that right knee. How softly can you land back in
warrior two. Left leg lands. Stretch the arms out long, inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down, frame the front foot, runner's lunge. Breathe in. Breathe out, step back, plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breath in. And a slow breath out. And drop your knees now to the floor. Take a child's pose, knees are wide, big toes touch. Forehead comes down to the floor or block. Brahmacharya is also knowing when to give yourself a gentler practice, knowing when to take rest. On your next in-breath, look forward, lift the chest. Lift the hips and come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg high to a three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose, hanging plank. Look forward. Step or carry the left foot forward to the floor. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up, twisted lunge. Open the left side body. Back thigh is strong here. And then left hand comes down to the floor. Spin your right heel down, heel to heel alignment. Press the feet down into the floor, really charge up the legs, and then sweep the arms out long, warrior two. Left shin is vertical, arms are long. Steady breath in. Exhale, descend the hips as you open the inner thighs up. Last breath, connect to that left knee bend. Good, now slowly straighten your left leg. Firm your thighs, lift your kneecaps. Reach forwards through the left fingers, dip the right hip back. And then the left hand comes to the shin, block or floor. Right hand reaches to the And then exhale, bring your right hand down, frame the front foot, bump your right foot forward to that 45-degree angle. Both hands come to the shin, inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold forward, pyramid pose. Good, corkscrew that left thigh bone back, left hip moves forward to square off the hips. Nose draws down towards the shin bone. The back of the neck soft, upper trapezius muscles relaxed. Last breath here. Good. Now inhale, find length. Once again, hands to the shins. The right hand now comes to the shin, block or floor on the outside of the left foot. Left hand to the sacrum. Hug the left hip bone in. Find length as you inhale. Twist to the left as you exhale. Keep hugging the left hip in. Inner thigh squeeze in. Stack the left shoulder over the right and then maybe stretch the left arm up. Parivrtta Trikonasana, revolved triangle. The whole body participates in the pose. You're working to harness your energy. Last breath. Good. Exhale, look down at your left foot. Left hand comes down. outside of the left foot. Right hand comes to the sacrum, to the right hip. Now bend the left knee, scoot the left hand forward as you come up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Float that right leg up in the air and stack the right hip over the left. Go ahead, stack the right shoulder over the left shoulder and reach the right arm up. Firm the thighs, turn the right toes up to the sky. 2 more breaths here. Good, now how slowly can you land that right foot down to the mat? Really bending into the left knee. Warrior 2 pose, breathing in. Breathing out, cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot. Inhale, come into plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Now on your next in-breath, lift the right leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose, coiling in like Kundalini Shakti at the base of the spine. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale again, coiling in. And Kundalini Shakti lies dormant at the base of the spine until the yogi is ready, and then she rises up, piercing through the chakras. And then right knee comes forward, last one, hanging plank. This time step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, drop the left knee down, come into lizard lunge. Lift the heart, and just working into that left hip flexor. Press the left hand down now, reach the right hand to the right knee to really open up that right hip. Option here to take it further by reaching the right hand back, bending the left knee and catching the foot. Stretching into the left quadricep. Now you can stay up on the left hand or come down onto the forearm to go even deeper into that quad stretch. Let's add a little bit of a flow here. As you inhale, open the chest. Look up, and as you exhale, change the grip to the inside of the foot, leaning forward to the floor, bowing down. On the hand or the forearm here, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, open. This time release the back foot. And then framing the foot, step back, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On your in-breath, lift the left leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, hanging plank, coiling in. Inhale, take it back, 3-legged. Exhale, coiling in. Inhale, one more time, take it back. Exhale, coiling in like a serpent snake. Kundalini Shakti. Look forward, step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, lift the chest, and drop the right knee down. And work into your right hip flexor. And then the right hand can come to the floor, left hand to the knee, open through the chest, working into that left hip. And then option to take it further here by reaching the left hand back, bending the back knee, catching the foot. Stay on the hand or come onto the forearm, adding our flow. Breathe in, open the chest. And then breathe out, bowing down. Square the shoulders towards the front. Inhale, open. And then exhale, bow down. One more time, breathe in, find length and space. And exhale, surrender. And release that back foot. Hands come back to the floor. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, step the right foot forward outside of the right hand. Good, bring the hands up onto the shin bones, halfway lift. Heel toe the feet out, mat distance apart. Turn the toes out, squat down halfway, bring the hands to the heart. Good, yogi squat. Keep pressing the knees away from each other, activating the glutes. Now you can stay here in this halfway lift or come down any amount into malasana, full yogi squat. Keep pulling the knees wide, broadening the collarbones. And then adding a little bit of movement here, left to right. The element of the pelvis is water, associated with the sacral chakra. So adding a little bit of fluidity here to the pose. And now gently sitting back on the hips. Step the feet in front of you, soles of the feet flat. Reach the hands forward. Curl the tailbone forward as you lower down one vertebrae at a time, coming to lay down on your back. Just a mini shavasana. And take a moment here to allow your energy to integrate, to assimilate any of the subtle shifts. Now slowly bending the knees, place the soles of the feet on the mat, hip distance apart. Preparing now for bridge pose. Pressing the feet down. Slowly start to rise up through the pelvis, the low back, the mid back. And then shimmy your shoulder blades towards each other. Interlace the fingers, press the fist down, lift the heart. Good, and really working down through the legs here, pressing down through the feet. Working the upper body by pressing down through the arms. And in a pose like this, really want to distribute the effort throughout the entire posture, because there's that tendency to want to underdo or overdo through the arms or the legs. Keep lifting the hips. Last 2 breaths. And then slowly releasing the hands down, coming down one vertebrae at a time until the hips are down. Feet mat distance apart, knees together, and just windscreen wipe your legs. So part of our practice of Bramacarya is to do all of our practice, not just the poses that feel good. And when we work our whole body and do those poses that are more challenging for us, we're working to balance our posture for seated meditation and really balancing out the energy body. The second round now, for me, this means doing back bends. They don't come so naturally to my body. Press the feet down. Now in this round you can repeat bridge pose or come into Urdhva Dhanurasana with me. As you press the feet down, lift the hips. Good, reach the arms up. Place the palms down to the floor, fingers face back towards the feet. Elbows lift. Now pull the shoulder blades down as you lift the chest. Steady the breath. Three more breaths. Last breath. And then coming down, knock the knees together, windscreen wiper the legs. And then slowly hug the knees to the chest. Now you can stretch out the low back. Stretch the feet up now, reach the hands to the outsides of the feet, ankles, coming into happy baby pose. Press the feet into the hands into the feet. Broaden across your collarbones and lengthen your tailbone down towards the mat. You can rock your happy baby side to side. And then bring the toes together, knees out wide, broadening across the front of the chest. Slowly release the feet to the floor, stretch the legs out long and come into our final resting pose now, Shavasana. Allow the palms to come a few inches away from the body. Allowing the breath to slow down now. Allow the bones of the body to remember the earth, leaving the body, disidentifying with the meat suit. Leaving the mind. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. And surrender into stillness. Connecting the breath back to the body now. Inviting gentle movement back to your toes and fingers. Take a deep breath and reach the arms overhead. And then rolling onto your side, resting on your side for a moment. And then slowly press yourself up To a comfortable seat, keep the eyes closed, or keep a soft focus. Bring the hands to the heart. As you inhale, lift the sternum. Exhale, bow the head. Breathe into the heart. Breathe out from the heart. May we have the discipline and restraint to conserve our energy towards our spiritual practice. Thank you for joining me in this class. From my heart to yours, Namaste.